Tires matter. They're the only part of your vehicle that touches the road. Tread confidently with new tires from Tire Rack. Whether you're looking for expert recommendations or know exactly what you want, Tire Rack makes it easy. Fast, free shipping, free road hazard protection, convenient installation options, and the best selection of Kumho tires. Go to TireRack.com to see their Kumho test results, tire ratings, and reviews, and be sure to check out all the special offers. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Think about it. Rugby league isn't really about tries and goals, is it? Not really. It's not about trophies. It's not even about winning. No, rugby league is about people. It's about experiences, friendship, adventures, memories. And it's true you cannot buy those things, but you can organize them. And that's what we've been doing here at Catalan Sport Tours since 2014. Whether it's a World Cup, Away to the Dragons, Las Vegas, Cup Finals, State of Origins, Paris or Dublin, we'll organize everything so you can focus on making memories. Because that's what rugby league's all about. Find us at catalansporttours.com.
And that is a siren, and that means it is another episode of RugbyLeague.com Hooters. And today coming to you from Odsal Stadium, where Leigh have scored a 38-12 win over the home team, Bradford. And Josh Charnley has become the highest ever try scorer in Super League history, beating Ryan Hall's record. He had a hat-trick today before he went off injured, and he wasn't the only one to go off injured. Referee Jack Smith unable to finish the game because of injury, with Tara Jones taking his place. So going through the details here for Leigh, their 38 points coming from 3 tries to Josh Charnley in the 13th, 31st and 55th minutes. In a senior in the 48th, Bailey Hodgson in the 67th, and Lewis Brogan a couple of minutes after that. And Adam Cook, who was exceptional today, he kicked 6 from 6 for Bradford. A try to Chris Aiken in the 43rd minute, and Chris Atkin in the 59th, with Riley Dean kicking 2 from 2 at halftime. Was 14-0 to Leigh. And as I said, there were 2 referees, Jack Smith and also Tara Jones. So only a couple of games for us to go through on Hooters today. Only one game in the NRL because it is a State of Origin split round, but it was a very special game in the NRL because it was the last at Leichhardt Oval before it is renovated, and 17,773 people saw a 36-28 win to West Tigers over Gold Coast. The try scorers were Stafford Teller, Taylor May, Jerome Luai, Alex Seafarth. Jerome Luai actually got a hat-trick, just like Josh Charnley here today. And Jock Madden, he kicked 6 goals. And for the Titans, it was tries to Jaden Campbell, Curtis Moran, Rama Howe, Beau Fermor, Philip Sammy. 4 goals from 5 attempts to Jaden Campbell. And at halftime, the Titans led 18-12 there at Leichhardt Oval. And let's go to Leichhardt Oval and have a listen to Benji Marshall.
Extremely proud of our team. I can get into the details of the game about how we started, then the lack of resilience we showed, the fight back we showed. But all in all, to come back to Leichhardt on our last game there for a while and get the actual result, the rest of it is irrelevant right now. We can deal with that. But as a coach, there's a lot to be proud of. I thought some guys showed some great leadership today. I thought Jerome, guys like Alex Seafarth, who don't get a mention quite often, was outstanding for us. And I thought the kid on debut, Josesi, he looked like an NRL player. Like, phenomenal. I thought his effort was outstanding today. We talked about a few things. The first thing was personal pride in the jersey and the lack of that we showed last week in that performance, and how do we restore that, and then bringing energy to our crowd at Leichhardt, them knowing it's their last game, to try and give them something to cheer about. And all that was up and down with our performance, and to be fair, there's a lot I didn't like today, but got the 2 points. That's the biggest thing, and there's so many good things to take away from it too.
And back in the Titans media conference, here's what Josh Hannay, how he summed up the afternoon at Leichhardt Oval.
Yeah, proud of, again, I feel like I've said that a lot about these guys this year. Certainly proud of a lot of that today. Hostile environment, young team on the back foot for most of that first half, and I just loved, when we're on the back foot, we didn't flinch, and for me that's a great sign of growth with these young guys, and they just trusted their footy to get back into it. But I do think the learn for us, and we just spoke about that, is when that pinch point came in the second half, we started searching a little bit and went away from who we are and how we want to play, and that's just, it really is inexperience, just a lot of noise, close game, and just a young team, not necessarily understanding how to navigate their way through that.
Back here at Odsal Stadium, I can tell you that Aribi Doro, he went off in the first half for a head injury assessment, and he's found not to be wearing the instrumented mouthguard, and he was unable to return. He was barred from returning to the field. So just recounting that game, 38-12, it was here, Leigh over Bradford, and a game, this is the teams who will play in Las Vegas next year, so worth mentioning as well. Let's go to the media conferences here, starting with the winning coach, Adrian Lamb.
I think the word I used was methodical, very, process-driven. Really, I thought we were just focused to the point, and really pleased with the end result. Nearly 40 points. We changed the way that we played slightly, and I thought, rewarded for the efforts.
You're on a really good run at the moment. I think it's 6 out of 7, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's 6 out of 7 or 7 out of 8 it is, I think. So, it's nice to get back in the picture there, close to the top 6, just outside at the moment, but only 2 points behind third. So we worked really hard to get ourselves back in this position at the halfway point of the season. So there's a lot of hard work still left in us, but I thought we were pretty focused today.
And finally, for this episode of Hooters, and this is where I will leave you, we will hear from the beaten coach of the Bradford Bulls today. 38-12 it was at Odsal, and the coach there is Kurt Haggerty.
Yeah, I think so. There's no complaints. I thought Leigh were really good. They taught us a lesson in completing high and turning the ball over in the right area, so no complaints, because I thought they were very good and we were on today. Yeah, I think that's the tough part for me. I think we made 6 line breaks and dropped 4 balls off the back of it. So it shows we can create the opportunities, and it's just executing them big moments, which we didn't do today, and usually off the back of our rows we defend it, and we didn't today. We played a very good team, we caught us out.
They said on the TV that Aribi Doro didn't have the mouth guard in, and that's why they wouldn't let him go back on. Is that what happened? Or?
Yeah, he doesn't wear one.
Right.
Aribi doesn't wear the gun shield, so he can't go back on.
And what do you kind of think of that? Because it's happened a few times this season in different clubs, hasn't it?
I don't know. What I think is Aribi's a grown man, he makes his own decision. I think it's pretty strange how we force somebody to wear one. If Aribi doesn't want to wear one, I'll support him.
Joining me from the Midlands of England here on rugbyleague.com is former first grader back in Australia and also over here in Europe, and Australian schoolboys representative Troy Perkins. Tell the listeners what you're up to now.
Yeah, mate, Rugby Discounts is what it's called. It specialising in all the latest NRL kit from Australia, whether it's jerseys, training T-shirts, training vests, training shorts, hoodies, most clubs are available. You can get me on www.rugbydiscounts.net. I've also got a Facebook page, Rugby Discounts, so very active on that, and Instagram as well. So best prices and the great quality NRL gear that is very difficult to get in the UK.
The Rugby League Coach podcast is hosted by me, Leigh Addison. I'm a former coach at NRL clubs, a couple of World Cups. You may remember the USA shocking the world in 2013. That's one of them. I also coached Poland to an Emerging Nations World Cup and helped Ireland a few years ago too. I've also worked at 3 elite high schools in England, and I like to offer my coaching services for free on this podcast. It's a Rugby League Coach podcast, and you can get to it through rugbyleague.com, the world's first 24-hour online rugby league radio station. That's a Rugby League Coach podcast with me, Leigh Addison.
Most people overpay for car insurance, not because they're careless, but because switching feels like too much hassle. That's why there's Jerry, your proactive insurance assistant. Jerry compares rates side by side from over 50 top insurers and helps you switch with ease. Jerry even tracks market rates and alerts you when it's best to shop. No spam calls, no hidden fees. Drivers who save with Jerry could save over $1,300 a year. Switch with confidence. Download the Jerry app or visit jerry.ai/Libsyn today. That's JERRY.ai/LIBSYN.